Hey y'all, and back with another reaction. Like, share, subscribe to the channel, and everything I say is alleged. Okay, this is for entertaining, news reporting, and criticism coming purposes, and to educate us, about this case. Now, Kada Scott remains missing, and her family wants a safe return. Now, y'all, for those who haven't been following us, I want to give a shout out to all my workers, all my memberships, subscribers, and viewers. Okay, Kada Scott was 23, was last seen after leaving her job at an assisted living facility. Okay, her car was found abandoned in the parking lot with her personal belongings inside, but no trace of her. Now, y'all, there was a suspect named and arrested in this case, Keon King. He was arrested on October 14 and was charged this year and was charged with kidnapping and restless endangerment in connection with her disappearance. Now, police believe he was the last person in contact with her. Now, today, you all will be looking at a couple videos that's going to show where they found the car he was driving. Okay? Now, with the ongoing investigation part, the case has been transferred to the police department, homicide unit, with assistance with the FBI due to its serious nature and a suspect alleged history of similar incident. And lastly, her family is actively involved in community searches and has set up a GoFundMe for a reward fund, urging anyone with even the smallest piece of information to come forward and help find Miss Scott. Okay, they need to figure out where is she. What may happen to her? Hopefully, y'all, that they do talk. Okay. Lastly, Keon King been held on a $2.5 million bail after being charged. I don't know how long that's gonna last. I don't know if they're gonna keep it like that. But look, y'all, let's do this. Turn the music down, DJ, for a minute. Thank you. So we're gonna take a look at the first video that I found for us to watch, for you all to watch. Okay, I said us because I do things with y'all on YouTube. So let's take a look at this first video. Okay, this first video is what they learned about the police in the car that they found on the suspect. Okay, all right, and then we'll come back and talk about it.
It's breaking news right now. A night of swift and significant. Chopper 6 now live where the scene of East Falls, where investigators found the car they believe in some way connected to Kada Scott's disappearance, as getting a warrant to tow truck right now. Earlier today, police announced the arrest of a man they're calling a suspect in this case, 21-year-old Keon King, now in custody and charged with kidnapping Kada Scott. And as all that played out today, investigators descended on an abandoned middle school in East Mount Airy, where we now know they found some of Scott's personal items. But as of tonight, still no sign of her. We have team coverage here tonight. We'll check in with John Paul at that school in just a moment. We're going to begin, though, with Action News reporter Becca Hendrickson, live in East Falls. Becca, what's the scene there right now? We saw them towing away that car as we speak.
into one of the police lots when they have a warrant. They'll be able to go inside and search it. The car, as you've probably seen, though, has heavily tinted windows, and police are having a hard time keying inside, so that warrant and the search is going to be key. This search really heating up in the last couple hours since that police press conference where they asked for tips about what's going on. You can see the lot behind me. These are the Gypsy Lane condos in East Falls. Sources tell me that family members do live in this condo complex, family members of King. You can see now right here live on Action News the police tow bringing this vehicle expected to be connected to Keon King out of the condos. Police say they believe at some point Kada Scott was in that car. Hours after asking for tips, police found the car tied to the kidnapping of Kada Scott in East Falls. Police say the 1999 metallic gold Toyota Camry belonged to 21-year-old Keon King, who has been charged with kidnapping Scott.
3:10 today received the radio call that the vehicle that we were looking for is parked in the rear of the apartment.
Officers rushed to the scene, coming from a massive search at the abandoned Ada Middle School in East Mount Airy, across from Auberry Arboretum, where they searched last week.
They gave us a general area as to where to search. This area right here, the evidence that we had last week, this would still be in that area.
Police say a tip led them to physical evidence there. You see officers pick up a phone case. Sources say they found a debit card with Scott's name on it there, too. Scott was last seen October 4th going to an overnight shift at her job in Chestnut Hill. Police say she did report being harassed before she went missing. Investigators would not say if the person harassing her were King or comment on the length or nature of their relationship. This isn't the first time her alleged captor has been charged with this sort of crime. Police say King was charged last January for kidnapping and assault of a female acquaintance.
That case had been withdrawn by our office based on the witness failing to appear at court. I pulled that file, and after an extensive review of it, our office made a decision to refile those charges. We believe there is enough to proceed.
So King being charged with 2 cases of kidnapping now, but the important thing here still, police are still searching for Kada Scott. They are desperately asking for the public's help here. They are proceeding, of course, as if Kada Scott is still alive. They say they have no evidence to the contrary. They're holding out hope as they towed the car away. They believe she was in. Pieces of this puzzle starting to come together. Live here in East Falls, Becca Hendrickson, Channel 6, Action News. Brian.
And we just saw that car towed away. Up next, searching inside. Becca, thank you. Let's bring in Action News' John Paul live in East Mount Airy now. John, as we just saw in Becca's report, that school right behind you was also the focus of a very active search today.
Yeah, Brian, this whole area was just crawling with police officers earlier today. This is the abandoned middle school. You can see it is overgrown. There are smashed out windows. This thing is just falling apart. Now, right now, there are a few officers left guarding it. A short time ago, we did see maintenance crews trying to get this thing boarded up. They're even putting up some chains so you can't access the back parking lot. That is where some of that physical evidence was found. And while we've been here, neighbor after neighbor has come up to us. They're all concerned about Kada Scott.
This is one of the biggest fears that you have as a mother, not knowing where your child is.
Concern and drags on into an 11th day. As police descended on this abandoned middle school in Germantown, so did Scott's family. We saw them talking with investigators a short distance from the scene. However, they left a short time later.
This is too close for comfort.
Concerned neighbors also came out to this area today. Myra Coleman has been following the case, stunned by developments today. The 21-year-old Keon King had been arrested and charged with her kidnapping.
This is somebody's family. This is someone's loved one. And everyone is affected by the circumstances. That someone so evil could go and kidnap her.
Right.
And we just want to find her alive.
That's the focus of investigators tonight. During today's news conference, they said they are still treating this case and she's alive.
The number one priority is locating Miss Scott. Just want to make that very clear. And so while we are at this stage of this now, that's our priority.
Okay, y'all. What we want to do now is let me make sure y'all is still connected. Okay. I want to I want to talk about this. I want to talk about the timeline. So if we still gonna look for Kada Scott, we have to go by the timeline. Let's go by let's come up with a timeline for her, okay? Because we covered this case. October the 4th, Kada Scott goes missing. Investigators said Kada Scott showed up to work an overnight shift at the Terrence at Chestnut Hill Senior Living Facility around 10 p.m. Her father, Kevin, said Kada worked at the nursing home for about 2 weeks and was assigned to the overnight shift and ran from 10 p.m. to 6 a.m. Now, the police believe Kada was not at work for long before she left the campus, okay? Investigators said there was no surveillance cameras in the parking lot. Now, this case is so hurtful to me, y'all. October the 4th, Kada report missing by her parents. When Kada did not return home that morning, her father said her mother called the senior living facility, got conflicting report about Kada's whereabouts. Calvin said they met the police at the nursing home a short time later and found Kada's car left in the parking lot. Her phone, her iPad, keys, and other belongings were not inside the vehicle. Now, the police believe last time anyone saw her was around 10:30 p.m. or 10:45 p.m. Kevin Scott told Mike, Jarek, and Alexis that information. Now, on October the 10th, now they did a police search, y'all, and investigators collect leads. Their search for Kada brought police to the Albury Arboretum in East Germantown on October the 10th. Investigators say the sprawling 55-acre property was one of the last places that Kada phone beach before it was deactivated. A police search team, however, did not uncover any evidence that revealed Kada's whereabouts. Now, the FBI homicide investigators, they joined the search. They rest assured that it's not a homicide, y'all. What? Why they say that? They rest assured. Investigators have continued to stress that homicide detectives' involvement does not mean the worst. They rest assured that it's not a homicide. They believe that this is the best unit in Philadelphia working on your daughter case. Wonder why they said that, y'all. It says it's not a homicide. So on October 15, let's continue with the timeline. Keon King charged with kidnapping nearly 2 weeks after the search for Kada. Authority charged 21-year-old. Now, we saw that. Now, they believe King was the last one to see it. Now, the deputy commissioner, Frank, said that King was previously arrested for kidnapping another female acquaintance this year, y'all. So his King's bail was set to 2.5 million. We just said that. Also on October the 15th, they did a search over that middle school, what you just saw. Okay, let's continue. So right now, as we stand, that we already spoke about, the family has a GoFundMe campaign to raise money to raise awareness, support search effort, and ensure that no one goes unheard. Hmm. Mm-mm-mm. I hope the family get their daughter back. She's beautiful. She's a beautiful girl. So I want to show y'all this information right here. I want to add this to this. Check this out, y'all.
Breaking the case, a man now charged with kidnapping a woman who's been missing for nearly 2 weeks. Why this mystery may be part of a disturbing pattern.
SEPTA is under the microscope. The problem with its regional rail cars is now getting the
Okay, hold up. That's not it. Okay, let's go right here.
At a news conference we brought you.
They're pulling together all of the leads police are now following. This complex behind us will likely play falls. This is where Tuesday, Kada Scott was last seen on October 4th. During her overnight shift and assistant search an abandoned middle school in Germantown, not long before they announced Keon, last person in contact with Scott before she disappeared. While in Germany, it's that Toyota Camry. They did not find Scott.
But it's also dead. So positive.
And police say you're told that case. Authorities announced the Lily Zhang, NBC 10 News.
Firefighters.
All right. So wait a minute. Okay, that's something else. That's what we have so far, y'all. If I get any other information, any more information about Kate Scott remains, I will let y'all know. I appreciate y'all. Thanks for watching. I'm out.